Urgent warning, folks, because things are getting much, much worse and rapidly changing. As we have witnessed the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell himself, Federal Reserve Chair, take action against the banks with his deliberate interest rate hikes that have been the one of the main driving forces behind banking failures and banking collapses that we have seen here recently, folks. You've seen the headlines, you've heard the news. Silvergate, Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, New York. Which one will be next as interest rates rise? Account holders and depositors are less likely to borrow against these higher interest rates and are moving towards the banks to withdraw their funds as quickly as possible, potentially causing bank runs and forcing these institutions to sell off their securities, their bonds, their treasuries at a loss, provoking even more panic, worry, anxiety, stress, and fear amongst the banking community. Will the FDIC, will the U.S. Treasury, will the Federal Reserve, will the Biden administration, or perhaps Mr. Biden himself step in to show us exactly how capitalism works, folks? That's the question. But I want you guys to know that I'm out here continuously working to bring you guys more information, more education, and most importantly, the truth. Please do not fall victim to the scams that are occurring in the comment section down below. I am not trying to contact you. I am not trying to text message you. I am not trying to WhatsApp you. And no, there is no prize or special contest that you didn't enter for which you have won. Do not fall for the scams, folks. On my channel, other channels, they are all the same. These are robots. These are AI. These are automation. These are bots. These are scams. These are frauds attempting to steal your money. Whereas we see our money is more likely at risk in the banks, and with the central banks proposing the central bank digital currency, CBDC, that's probably more of a likely threat to see your money gone. And let me explain to you why. So you see here, folks, here's the deal. Central bank digital currency pushed, backed by the Biden administration in his executive order 14067. And also now we're seeing FedNow rolling out in July of 2023. That is literally right around the corner, folks, just a few days away. This is a gross misuse of power. Executive orders being signed, demands being made, constitutional or unconstitutional changes occurring, forcing us, American citizens and taxpayers, to relinquish our freedoms, our rights, our ability to maintain a sovereign level of privacy by utilizing cash, money, physical fiat paper currency to conduct business and transactions for simple things like, I don't know, going to a garage sale on a weekend or tipping a server at a restaurant or a bar. Folks, this is a big deal because not only will central bank digital currency wipe out the dollar as we once knew it, it will give Big Brother more power and more control, the ability to spy on you, track, trace, and tax everything you do. But I want you guys to know that if you're feeling a sense of worry, panic, fear, you're not alone. And it's not just a worry or a panic or a fear from the impending possible collapse of our monetary system as we once knew it. No, this is from a standpoint of, is my money safe? Or even worse, I don't have any money to protect. Because you are not alone, folks. 60, almost 70% of Americans right now are feeling the pain. They're feeling the brunt of the effects of inflation as we are on the brink of a recession and are losing their jobs left and right while also seeing unemployment numbers shrink. It's funny how these reports work, but these reports don't necessarily tell you the truth. And the truth of the matter is, the fact is that the unemployment numbers are shrinking because people are taking on more jobs, although not being able to keep up with the rising prices, inflation, higher costs, and the challenges that we face day to day. I want you guys to know you're not alone. There are solutions, there are tips, strategies, proven methods to prepare yourself, your family, your household balance sheets, your financial situation to not only weather the storm, but actually survive and thrive. If you guys want to know more, by all means, feel free. 100% free, links in the description down below. But as always, you can contact me. I will never contact you. But folks, what's going on? We've got ISO 20022, ISO 20022. We've got changes being made with cross-border communication between central bank digital currencies and seeing this Biden coin actually come to fruition. FedNow launching in July. Applications already being processed to be approved and accepted into this method. People at home wondering, hey, is my Social Security going to be safe? Is my SSA going to still be around? Is SSI, SSDI going to be affected? Well, folks, I mean, those answers to those questions will more than likely become very, very clear and apparent here real soon. But I will say that for everyone else, we are probably going to be in a similar boat as those on Social Security, on SSA, SSI, SSDI, relying on the government for their income, for their funds, for their reoccurring payments, direct deposits. Why? Because they're controlled by the U.S. Treasury. Therefore, when we enter into this new era of CBDC, central bank digital currency, we are no longer going to have private institutions in these banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, although these may not be some of the best banks to bank with, JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup, the list goes on and on. These private banks are more than likely going to be at risk of being phased out by one central bank. Therefore, we would all be asking the same questions. Is the government going to give me my money? Is the government going to allow me to have access to my funds? Is the government going to block and restrict? Is the government going to mandate? Is the government going to impose negative interest rates and tax me on my money, on my savings? Is the government going to force me to spend more than I really want to? Otherwise, they're going to take it away from me. Is the government going to limit how much I could spend or where I could spend and place restrictions on necessities, food, water, utilities, rent, mortgage payments? The list goes on and on. How is this going to affect my business? Can I even choose what college I want to send my kids to, or will the government have their say in that as well? Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm down here in Florida. We're actually in Orlando. And I'll tell you what, Ron DeSantis, he's thinking about us. He's thinking about the people, not only of the great state of Florida, but also of this country, the United States of America, the US of A, home of the brave, land of the free. And he has put his foot down, and he's stating that Florida is going to be banning CBDC, central bank digital currency. Now, I know people are going to say, well, Kevin, why can't we just move to crypto? Why can't we just go ahead and switch over to XRP or BTC or Bitcoin or USDC or Cardano or ADA? Well, I'm not saying that we can't, but what I am saying is that we do have a fighting chance here between, first, Tom Emmer and his proposal against CBDC and this government oversight and total invasion of privacy, and now Ron DeSantis and his banning of CBDC, and Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. I'm not 100% sure about the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, but hopefully we've got some more folks out here on our side fighting for our safety, our rights, our protection, and our privacy, and our ability to pick and choose how we want to conduct business, how we want to spend our money, save our money, invest our money. So we got a dog in the fight, folks. Okay, we need to be mindful, we need to be prepared, we need to be diligent, and most importantly, we need to stay educated while executing on diversity, security, and cash flow, because these are going to be of utmost importance. Fortunately, Ron DeSantis is potentially going to be a presidential candidate 2024. Now, I know some folks may think that Trump is going to take that away from DeSantis, but one way or the other, I do think that if we can focus on what's important here and move away from the social credit score and ESG thinking that the current administration and those on the left have tried to impose on us in this communist, socialist type takeover, which I'm really starting to really question the true motives and what the Biden incentives are by other countries, so to speak. We'll just leave it at that. To damage this country beyond repair before the end of his first term. Regardless, folks, again, be warned, be ready, be prepared. Diversity, security, cash flow. Remember, we can survive this, but we got to have a plan and a strategy. A goal is nothing more than a dream or a wish without a proven plan and strategy and working towards implementing that and executing. If you got questions, comments, concerns, please drop them down below. Give the video a like, please share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.